fix my hair so it don't look like that's it. Good morning, good evening, whatever time you may be watching. It's your girl Ruby Suze with so much caffeine energy. Caffeine energy, caffeine energy. Okay, so things to consider before getting permanent lock extensions. First things first, let me roll up my notes. I'm so hyped this morning. I think I've had too much coffee. But first, do you ever go through your camera roll, okay? And because you have that silly setting on WhatsApp where you save pictures automatically, and somebody, usually one auntie somewhere, is sending you random stuff, and then you find disturbing images on your phone that you didn't know that were there. What is this, please? Why? You cannot research enough. You need to research. And that's probably why you fell upon my video, right? Because you're researching. You're there Googling and Instagramming and hashtagging, and you're trying to find out as much information as you can about permanent lock extensions. Excellent. Well done. Number one, the first thing is to find a loctician who can do permanent lock extensions. That is already a challenge in itself, but then you need to inquire, how are they going to install the extensions? What method are they going to use? Now, when my lock extensions were installed, they were built onto my hair. So cue the B-roll. Okay, so as you can see, my locks were built onto my hair. So they weren't pre-made. I didn't have pre-made locks. They were literally built onto my hair. So they came with hair, human hair bundles, and it was built onto my hair. You need to find out what type of hair they're going to use if they're going to do it that method, and make sure if you ever have any plans to dye your hair, you find out from them if you can actually dye that particular brand of hair. Make sure if you are allergic to hair, because some people are, they come up with rashes and things like that, that it's treated before use. But usually people who are allergic to something that is in their hair will know already, and it's usually synthetic hair, I think. So but if you need to make sure, because you are allergic to something that they use to treat the hair, make sure all of that is run through with the loctician. Please make sure. There are some locticians that are out here doing the utmost, who are taking the hair and they are wrapping it around, kind of like a faux lock, around your actual existing hair. That is not how, don't do that method. Do not do that. Run away, because I think, one, it doesn't look natural, and two, it unravels, and I think it goes into all sorts of problems, because if you've, the texture of wrapping it around your hair and the texture of how your lock is going to form are going to be two different textures. So I would not recommend the wrapping method. I'd make sure it is crocheted in. If you are not getting them built onto your locks like I did, the next option is to have them have extensions pre-made. Insert picture. So once they're pre-made, they are then crocheted into your hair. Just joint at that particular point. They don't go all the way down. They tend to just go at that particular joint, which I think is a really good method. But on to my second point. Number two. Please use your eyes. Have a mirror. Check your lock parting. Okay, because you don't want to end up like your dear sister Susan here, who has got a pretty, I think, a small lock section compared to this, right? So now the fear is, which if you've watched my update, is that this lock is definitely going to be much thinner than the actual extension, and I'm going to probably end up combining locks, which means I'm going to end up with less locks. I don't know what I'm going to do. Look at your lock pattern. Make sure you discuss this with your loctician at length. Don't let them bully you, rush you into any decision. If you want a grid pattern that is like a diagonal or diamond, or you want a specific thing, make sure they listen to what you want, okay? Please, from experience, listen to what you want, okay? There are lots of different grid patterns. So there is, I think it's like a bricklayer, which I think I might have, where you kind of, yeah, I'm gonna insert pictures of grid patterns because I can't explain it without, yeah. Number 3, ask yourself, how are you planning to maintain your permanent locks? How are you planning to maintain them? Will you be maintaining them yourself? Will a loctician be maintaining them? Will your friend or your auntie be maintaining them? Find out and ask those questions first, because that has a bearing on how I think they are installed. Because some people might decide that when they're installed, because when they join them to your hair, then they're going to have to do something about this root bit, right? Because once they join them, you're going to have this gappy thing, okay? So they need to decide there and then, are they going to interlock it for you, or they're going to retwist? And you need to find out, because if you plan to do it yourself, you need to know how to replicate whatever they've done, right? So research and ask them, what's the best way to maintain your permanent lock extensions? Number 4. So I paid around, I think, £300 to £400 for my lock extensions. Now I think it is a lot of money. Yes, I agree, but considering I would spend about £50 a month minimum just to get my hair done in crochet braids, then I'd have to pay for the hair on top. So really I'm spending maybe every 6 weeks, I'm spending about £80 on my hair. 80 times 12 is £960. So technically this was a bargain if you look at it that way. So make sure you consider the price of what they're paying. They are going to charge you, because it is labor intensive, it does take a long time. So don't think that you're gonna get a bargain. And usually I feel like sometimes you get what you pay for with locticians. So just bear that in mind. Number 5. And with that price thing, I think you also need to think about where they're based. Now I was really fortunate that I found a loctician that came to me. I don't live in an area where there are any locticians that I know of. Maybe there is one, but I don't know. I'm sure she's fully booked because she must be the only one in this area. And it is very frustrating because I don't live next to no one. So if I just quickly wanted my hair done, it's just not going to happen. And I think, generally speaking, people who have locks tend to book their appointments in advance. So it's not like, what can I do today? I just feel like getting my hair washed. It's not one of them ones. I feel like if you've got locks, you need to know that if you're not maintaining your locks, someone else is, and you're going to have to be organized and book your retwists or interlocks in advance. So if that's the case, you need to think carefully about where this loctician is in case you've got any problems or one drops out or whatnot, because there's fear that they will drop out. That is just because, you know, it doesn't grow from your head, y'all. But thankfully none of mine have. A lot of locticians are based in South London. I'm nowhere near South London, and that has caused some issues when I just randomly want to get my hair styled. Please bear that in mind when you're getting your permanent lock extensions installed. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Those are all the things that I can think of to do with installing your permanent lock. But when you're thinking about getting your permanent lock extensions, one more thing, think about the color. I originally wanted to have red tips, but for reasons beknown to me, I could only get black. And I think it's not just black here. I think I've got 1B and I've got like a color 2. It's an off like it's like a browny color as well, which is quite nice. So it gives it a very naturalish look. If you want colored locks, I think they are going to be a different price. I could bleach this hair, which I'm considering doing anyway. Stick around for that video. But bear in mind that. Anywho, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've got any more comments, any more questions about my locks, please make sure you comment down below. Send me a DM on Instagram. I'm happy to answer those questions. But also do me a favor. Check out these videos first, because I might have already answered the questions. I have a whole playlist on permanent lock extensions, so just to help you there. Anyway, I hope you're well, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.